It made a whole lot of news when Marc Bergevin talked about Alex Galchenyuk and that he'd seen enough to know that he wasn't a centerman. We think about the 2017 draft, Nico Hischier and Nolan Patrick going 1 and 2. Both those guys want to be centermen. They want to make a positive impact. How do they do that? What do they need to show?
Well, it's a little bit different tone with both of them, I believe, because, Nolan Patrick was the #1 guy for a long time. Nico Hischier kind of came out of the woodwork, if you will, just the last 6 months and really took it over. The big thing for them is they're in different situations a little bit for me, because both of them are very responsible on both sides of the puck, and that's where the responsibility lies. Your top 2 pick, your first round pick, second round pick. I mean, you're going to be able to create offense. That's no question. These guys are going to be offensively capable players. It's the defensive side of it. How quickly can we give this guy heavy minutes? How quickly can we give him the responsibilities? Because the center position, I mean, you're basically supporting the puck all over the ice, everywhere at all times. Defensive zone, it goes from one corner, you're supporting the 1D in the corner. It goes to the other corner, you're busting your butt, usually cutting in front of the net for responsible reasons, and then getting to the other corner and supporting that defenseman. So there's a lot to go into it. So one of the things for me, though, when I look at these two that's a little bit different is you've got Nico Hischier, for example. The New Jersey Devils have had a hard time scoring goals, getting points on the board. They got Corey Schneider back there, who's been fantastic for them. So I think this guy, it's going to be a little bit more, he's going to have a little bit longer of a leash. Go create, in my opinion, I'd be like, Nico, go create offense. We need offense. You go do your thing, and we'll learn on the fly. And on the flip side, Nolan Patrick, who's a very good two-way guy as well, he doesn't have that responsibility so much. Sure, you're going to want offense. You want offense from everybody. But you've got Claude Giroux.
Sure.
Nolan Patrick's going to be in a little bit more of a situation where he might get some matchups that are difficult. So he has to maybe attack this a little differently, where he's starting more from a defensive stance or defensive mindset. Let's see what offense we can get as we feel comfortable from the defense first. And so it's a little bit different between both of them. But one of the big things for me is when you're talking about in the defensive zone and leaving the zone. And some teams play different styles, and you have to adapt to that. But the biggest thing, one of the biggest staples you'll ever hear for the young centermen out there, the young boys and girls, I'm sure you've heard this from your coaches, is if Tony's my winger and the puck comes around the boards to him, my job is, here, put your rear end towards the boards, and my job is to always stay beneath it. I have to stay anywhere in the zone, whether we have the puck or don't have the puck. The rule of thumb is the centerman, you have to be between the puck and your net.
Right.
If I'm ever on the other side of the puck, especially when we don't have the puck, that's bad.
Yeah, we always use the word responsible.
I always need to be between the puck and the net. Yep. Maybe not on that guy, because maybe somebody else has him, but I'm in here. I'm making a read. If he moves it here, I go to him. If he moves it here, I go to him. But you're staying in that kind of general area. But coming out of the zone, if Tony gets it on the wall here as my teammate, this is my proper, you got to be slow and under control here when you're underneath, ready to hit a hole with speed. But here's the play. The D's pinching on Tony, it might be very difficult for him to make a clean play. Chances are it's not going to be a clean play. So I have to stay underneath it. So if there's a confrontation and the puck's up for grabs, I come in here. I may have to stop on it, get it, gain the zone, get the puck out of the zone. That's the main objective. But if I'm if I'm thinking offense too much and I'm slashing before Tony even gets the puck, and I'm even if I'm even with him or beyond him, and now Tony has a hard time handling that puck, the D pinches, and I'm out in the neutral zone, well, guess what? That's not good. I'm thinking offense before we even get the puck out of the zone, the cart ahead of the horse.
Yep.
And you got to find a way. It's tough because especially those two guys, they're going to be relied on for offense. And you want to be offensive. Every player does. But you've got to know, and you've got the responsibility as a centerman to make sure you're taking care of your end. Then you'll reap the benefits on that end. Because the less time you spend in here, the more time you're going to spend in there.
Yep.
And if you're trying to skip steps, it's not going to work. And so many times you see the centerman blow the zone, the puck stays in. Next thing you know, you got a breakdown in your zone, great scoring chance again. So these guys have, you've got to learn on the fly, especially those top picks. A little bit different. Again, Hischier is going to be let play, just go create, kid. Nolan Patrick might need a little bit more responsibility early on in the season, and I think both guys are great. Both players are great. They wouldn't be first and second overall picks if they weren't, but those are some of the things I'm sure they're going to have to juggle in camp.
The reigning Jack Adams winner, John Tortorella, said to me during a meeting, Wings are easy to find. You're a wing nut, centerman. They're harder to find. He knows what he's talking about.